When we begin the day, our first 90 minutes of eye-opening time, okay, the mind is setting itself. Okay, so we are having less meaningful days. It is because we are rising and going straight into our days. And I don't recommend this. I recommend that we have rising routines. I recommend that we work on ourselves before we go into work if we want to have a more meaningful day. Welcome to Let's Get Rich. I'm your host, Yahlil Lakwame, and today I'm going to share with you my top 3 ways for you to have a more meaningful day, a better day, or what we like to call a good day. But before we go into this, I want to first define what I mean by meaningful. Okay? A meaningful day for me is one that's inspiring. Yes, your days should be inspiring if we want them to be meaningful. Okay, so we should be doing things and attaching ourselves to things that make us more inspired. Okay, another thing is contentment. With inspiration is going to come contentment, something that is greater than happiness, something that is greater than satisfaction. Why? Because there is longevity. There is longevity in contentment. Okay, another thing that will make the day more meaningful is creating. Yes, when we create, we are creating for ourselves. We are even creating for the world, okay? Giving the world meaning and also giving the day meaning, okay? And including our feelings we like to feel, such as love, okay? Such as attention, okay? These are all also included with my definition of a meaningful day. But the last I like to add is effectiveness. Yes, your day should be effective according to whatever task or objective or goal you set out for yourself if we want to deem this day meaningful. Okay? So, moving forward with my top 3 ways for you to have a more meaningful day. Okay? If you don't do so already, then you can do this first thing, which is waking up early. Yes, waking up early is the first move to having a more meaningful day. And if you already rise early, then let's get up earlier. Okay? If you rise at 4, let's get up at 3. If you rise at 5, let's get up at 4. If you rise at 7, let's get up at 6. Let's change the times we are rising, because in doing so, we're going to change the way we start the day. Okay, when we begin the day, our first 90 minutes of eye-opening time, okay, the mind is setting itself. Okay, so we are having less meaningful days. It is because we are rising and going straight into our days. And I don't recommend this. I recommend that we have rising routines. I recommend that we work on ourselves before we go into work if we want to have a more meaningful day. Okay, the second thing you can do to have a more meaningful day, okay, is learn. Yes, learning activates different parts of your mind that are usually lazy. Learning, okay, forces you to go into a student mind state. Learning forces you to dig for things that you can receive, okay? Because learning puts you in a value mindset. You are aiming to receive, and you are also, okay, producing. Okay, the student also has homework. The student also has activities and exercises that it can do to help cultivate, okay, its newfound wisdom, perspective, okay, or a new ideal on this lesson. So learning is indeed, okay, ideal if we want to have a more meaningful day. Okay, learning puts you in a childlike mind state, forces you to have more mental energy. Okay, even more spiritual and physical energy. You ever have something in front of you that you wanted to learn? Okay, that you had to learn, right? Not that you were forced to learn, but you even wanted to learn. Okay, sometimes learning may force you to go into a state, an energetic state. Okay, this is good because we are bringing more meaning into the day. And this leads to my last tip to having a more meaningful day, and this is breathing. Yes, I practice and teach intentional breathing. We must have intentional breaths. A lot of times we are just flowing through our days. Are we breathing? In this moment now, ask yourself, am I breathing? Okay, how shallow or how deep are my breaths? Do we know that the shallow breath is related to the sleep state? Okay, and sleep is the cousin of death. And whenever, okay, we are sleeping with our eyes open, we are usually going to come to some negative thoughts. Why? Because human beings are fluid. Okay, if you haven't read my article, okay, on water, on universal waters, the human being is fluid. Okay, what does this mean? Your emotions are fluid, your thoughts are fluid. So you are made to be moving. Okay, and when you're not moving, you're usually breathing shallow. Why? Because the body is preparing itself to enter a dormant state, to enter sleep. Okay, so check your breath. If you want to have a more meaningful day, rise earlier. If you want to have a more meaningful day, and lastly, learn something. Learn something new. Learn something more about what you already know. We can operate, okay, from different perspectives. We can choose to entertain different perspectives and different opinions. Okay, for those of us that think we know enough about whatever we claim to know. Okay, so nevertheless, those are my top 3 tips to having a more meaningful day. Be sure to like, comment, and share this video if you received, and also stay tuned for the next one. Until next time.